This is ASP.NET Web tutorial and you are going to learn what is ASP.NET Web API. In this session, you will learn what is ASP.NET Web API, what are RESTful services and difference between WCF and RESTful services. So guys, what is ASP.NET Web API? ASP.NET Web API is an extensible framework for building HTTP-based services that can be accessed in different applications on different platforms such as web, Windows, mobiles, etc. It works more or less the same way as ASP.NET Web application, except that it sends data as a response instead of HTML view. These services then be consumed by a broad range of clients like browsers, mobile applications, desktop applications, and IoTs. What is IoTs? IoTs means Internet of Things. Internet of Things are electronic devices which uses IP address to communicate with each other, like cars, security systems, electronic devices, etc. So, what are RESTful services? REST stands for Represent State Transfer. First introduced in 2000 by Roy Fielding, REST is an architectural pattern for creating services. So, it is architectural style for distributed hypermedia systems and was first presented by Roy Fielding. So it defines a set of constraints to be used for creating web services. Now, what are REST constraints? See in the next slide. REST constraints are client server, stateless, cacheable, uniform interface. Client server, client and server make communications with each other. Client sends request, server sends response. This happens every time and works individually. Stateless. What is stateless? Inside stateless. Uh, in a stateless communication, server does not use data of client side. Client works independently and server works independently. Without using of data of client, server sends the response. This is stateless. Cacheable. What is cacheable? Cacheable is when server sends data from its own side. That is that data will not be interfered by any client request. Every client request have the same data by server for any type of request. So there is uh, no change in server sort. That is called cacheable. So receiving of data in the one way, that is called cacheable. Uniform interfaces. Uniform interfaces requires HTTP works. REST constraints works uniformly using the HTTP verbs like get, post, put and delete. Here in the table there is resources. Resources means the data of the table. Here is the employee data. So employees is resources using the verb HTTP verb get to receive all the data from the table. It requires forward slash resource and use the HTTP verb get to get the list of employees. If you want a single record of the employee, then you will use forward slash employee slash one. Use the get HTTP verb to get employees with ID equal to 1. Post. To create a new employee, you will use resources forward slash resources and use the post HTTP verb to create a new employee. To update the employee, what you will do? Forward slash resource name forward slash ID and use the http verb put to update employee with id equal to 1. Same like that, same like put. You if you want to delete records, then you will use /resource /id of the employee to delete employee with id equal to whatever you have given. HATOS, hypermedia as the engine of application state. It is a component of the REST application architecture that distinguishes it from other network application architecture. With HATOS, client interacts with a network application whose application servers provide information dynamically through hypermedia. Layered system. In telecommunication, a layered system is a system in which components are grouped, layered in a hierarchical arrangement such that lower layers provide functions and services that support the function and services of higher layers. Code on demand. This is optional for REST. In distributed computing, code on demand is any technology that sends executable software code from a server computer to a client computer upon request from the client software. Now, when to use WCF or ASP.NET Web API? Creating services that are transport or protocol independent, single service with multiple endpoints. You have an existing SOAP services you must support, but you want to add REST to reach at more clients. And if you have limitation of .NET 3.5, then you will use WCF services. WCF services is also good services, but there is some limitations to .NET 3.5 and some more architectural patterns. So Web API is useful. Uh, so Web API is a best fit to create a resource-oriented services using HTTP or RESTful, and it works well with MVC-based applications. WCF was created to develop SOAP-based services and bindings. Web API is a better choice for simpler, lightweight services. And Web API can use any text format including XML and is faster than WCF. So we are using Web API more. WCF uses HTTP, UDP and custom transport protocols, whether Web API only use HTTP protocol. WCF is also good, but because of more architectural pattern, WCF is not longer used, and there is limitation of .NET 3.5. Right? Okay, guys. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe my channel. And if you want to contact us, you can contact us on our address that is given in the first slide. Thank you. Have a good day.